Shall we begin? Let's begin now. Shall we begin?
Aloha Group 1. This is Stephanie with the Whispering Dragonfly coming to you with what are your spiritual gifts. This is an opportunity to connect you with your spiritual gifts, to connect you with your own energy on a higher realm, okay? And so let's get to it. Thank you guys so much for liking, sharing, subscribing. Thank you for hitting that bell button. All those things help my channel to grow and expand. So we'll take a little bit of Hawaiian salt, just a pinch. Gives you your minerals, and it clears the energy. Okay, words here. All right, so you chose the Beyond Lemuria card. So what this is showing is that those of you who resonated with pile 1, you are connected to ancient Lemuria, and that's also where we're going in our new 5D Earth. So many of you may have dreams or remembrances of Lemuria. So we had Lemuria and Atlantis. Lemuria was technology of the heart and healing, and Atlantis was technology of the mind. So they were able to also do healing, but it was through more technological advancements. Lemuria was very much, you may be attracted to crystals, you may be attracted to hands-on healing, sound healing. You have very soft but strong energy. You may be connected with plants and animals and trees. This is like the Garden of Eden. Hawaii, specifically Kauai, is the top part of Lemuria. And so you may be attracted to Hawaiian ways of teaching, vortex spots along the earth. So many of you may be ley line workers. For most of you, I'm really getting that you have a strong affinity for crystals and you know how to use them, how to program them, how to help people to heal themselves with those. Okay, the card you got is Mount Shasta. Look how friggin' gorgeous that is. So part of your spiritual gifts does have to do with the ley lines and activating them. You may feel unconsciously drawn to beautiful places. Some of you, if you have not been to Mount Shasta, this is an opportunity or an invitation to go. I have yet to go to Mount Shasta, but it is on my list, okay? But those of you who were attracted to this first reading, you very much have ties to Mount Shasta. There's information for you there. What they're saying is like the crystal city, they're reiterating the crystals. So if you don't already work with crystals, I feel like you will be learning that. They're also saying it may be useful to go on a voyage to Mount Shasta to move forward with that. Because you chose the Lemurian cards, we're going to get a mana card for you, which is the ancient Hawaiian wisdom. Perfect. Ole. Ole is the chants, okay? And they want me to look at the other parts. So again, you guys may be very gifted sound healers, singers. You may not have moved it into healing others yet or helping them to balance, but your voice. So through, I'm even seeing you work with the crystals and like through the speaking and singing is going to be very useful to you. Many of you have very beautiful voices, singing voice, but also your speaking voice helps to put people kind of into trance. You guys are very good storytellers, okay? This is the conch shell, which you would blow to bring in the spirits. This is saying, let's see, the ole, it's the stories. It says Kumalipo means mystery, origin, the source of life. It is the name of the Hawaiian creation chant. Listen within and without for the ability of words to bring the universe into being. Be vigilantly aware of their power. You have the power, Group 1, to unite people or separate them with your words. And so you are being called to use your spiritual gift to be a uniting force, a creative force. You guys are very prolific manifestors. So they're saying that, you know, your gifts now help people on the sub and unconscious level. How the Hawaiians call, like, we don't really say, you know, oh, you're going to heal the other person, okay? We talk story to one another, okay? Because that's how the information, the activation is transferred, and you have a very powerful way with your throat chakra and helping others to assimilate information through that throat chakra, through your stories. Some of you may be very musical instruments. They're showing me like, surprisingly, like trumpets, French horns, singing, you know. You also may have a strong affinity for the sea, and they're showing me stars as well. And then we have the Chariot. So we have victory. You guys are very, very good at uniting people, shadow and light. Okay, and Chariot also is a communication card. Again, you are swift communicators, and the rain just really started pouring right now, if you can hear that. So it's the blessing. When the conch is blown, it brings the rain. It also asks permission to enter. Okay, so you are really beautiful souls with the gift of gab. Even if you're not super talkers, when you do, even if you think people are not listening, they are absolutely listening. Some of you may be able to guide meditations and put people into trance because your voice is so activating and relaxing. So your main gift is communications, but also it's not just communication with that which is human. Many of you are able to communicate with the star beings. You understand how to communicate with the different kingdoms, the mineral kingdom, the animal kingdom, the plant kingdom. So most of you will have an affinity for nature, affinity for animals, and be very much into storytelling. Some of you could be writers because you're such good storytellers, but I feel like this is more of like an orator. It's something very important for you to use your voice. So even if you're a fantastic writer, like you be the voiceover for your Kindle book or your Audible book, or you know, whatever. If you're publishing, make sure that you use your own voice to read your stories because it has an extra activation. Some of you may be fantastic poets because I see that you get a straight channel and then you bring the information out. And it's very, very helpful for other people. Like you have the gift of connection and healing people through your voice. Let's get another gift. They were quick with it. Okay. We have 5 of air. Because of your voice and your calmness, you're actually able to help people to release mental conflict, okay? It also can be a challenge for you because you have so much information coming through. I feel like you're very intuitive and you're fantastic channels. So I feel like some of you may be channels, kind of like when I channel the Arcturians, or like Abraham Hicks is probably one of the most, you know, law of attraction kind of well-known channels. There's many people who channel out there, but you're able to translate vibration. So sometimes that can be your challenge, is that mentally, in your mental body and your thought body, there's so much input and so many things talking to you, that's part of your learning, is how to release the mental chatter, how to get back to yourself after having helped people in the way that you do. Okay, but you're going to be very that's the balance of your gift, okay? Where you can help people. You stay very calm during any kind of crisis or emergency, that's you can calm people down in such a way that they can receive the healing, receive the help. So some of you may work in the health type fields, but I feel like you'll move into more of a more suited job. But it does feel like because you can help, what they're saying is some of you may work in hospice because you're able to translate and navigate both worlds. It's almost like you're the mediator for those who move forward. But I feel like for most of you, it's like the first half of your life, you're learning about the ways that you can help people and that you calm people. And so you may have an affinity for service or helping people physically, but it feels like the second half of your life, you're going to move that into the stories that you have gathered in your first part of your life, spiritually and otherwise, you know, and what you have learned to communicate with in that first part of your life. Then you're going to be second half sharing your stories, and that's where you get really, really successful. I'm having a bit of a pain here, like in underneath my diaphragm, like right in the pancreas area. So Spirit is asking you to make sure that many of you may be empaths. So make sure that as you're translating, that you're not necessarily taking that on in your physical body. I know that can be easier said than done, but that's also part of the learning to balance out your energy. So group 1, that's what I have for you. Very beautiful. I'm so excited to hear your stories because I'm like, I can feel the storytellers that you are, and it's like absolutely captivating. Even the shyest among you have the most wonderful ability to share a story in a way that entrances others. And there is information for you in Mount Shasta, okay? Again, I haven't been yet, so I don't have that information for you, but you understand the light code. So if you haven't been yet, this may be indicating a physical visit because that'll kind of update your energy, okay? So thank you so much, Pile 1. I appreciate you, and until next time, aloha. Aloha, Pile 2. This is Stephanie with the Whispering Dragonfly. Okay, so you chose the Star Seeds and Lightworkers Oracle cards. So your spiritual gifts, we'll get farther into it, but you are a Star Seed or a Lightworker. So I feel like there's varied gifts that are available to you, okay? And let's just go ahead and take some Hawaiian salt just to clear the energy. And we'll get right to it. So, Pile 2, I feel like you guys hail from other star systems. So many of you have been awake, or woke, as the kids call it, all of your life, or most of your life. I feel like many of you started off in homes that were a bit harder to deal with. This would be like abuse, alcoholism, or drug addicted parent, abandonment. Some of you are adopted. You know, you had harder childhood because you wanted to help learn the patterns of Earth so that you could transcend it. You guys are quite transcendent in your energy. You, through what you've been through, you help others. I feel like many of you are strong healers. We have water your own garden, and it says nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest. So this is both your gift and what you need to give to yourself. So you, Pile 2, you are nurturers. You are able to nourish others just by being in your presence. Like I can feel it, like a hug from you takes away all of like the negativity. It's the most comforting thing. I do feel like you may have people like just strangers touching you or telling you their stories, like, you know, at the grocery store. It's sort of like a bug zapper. I have this happen. Strong empaths and lights do. They want to know the energy. So like they stand a little too close or they tell you their business. And it's like many of you may have done or are interested in hands-on healing, massage, Reiki, anything that works with your hands and your body. You're very tender beings. And that being said, sometimes I feel like you get overwhelmed because you're taking on too much of the energy around you, okay? I do feel like you're quite mystical in your beingness, okay? So it's like you reach the higher realms. So part of the balance and the learning for you is most assuredly going to be learning how to put yourself first, because you are such lovers, because you are such healers and empaths. Like, I just feel in my heart just the tenderness and the love. Whether you decided to be parents or caretakers at this particular time, like many of you are caretakers, regardless of whether you have children or not. But children and animals love you. Like it's like they're showing me like Amma, the hugging saint. Again, it's like the hug from you, the embrace from you is so healing. You guys have such a spiritual presence just by being. I just want to be like wrapped up in you, because it feels so good. So you come with your energy and it's coming through the physical body. One of your gifts is you know how to translate vibration through touch, through physical vibration, okay? They're showing me heart chakra, and even your sacral chakra is going to be like your two most like active for your gifts. So you're great creators and manifestors, but sometimes you take on too much. Many of you are super sensual. You may have gifts in the like sexual healing or sexual spiritual sexuality, that Kundalini rising through partnerships and otherwise. Many of you have the power of birth. So female or male matters not. Female, you may be physically birthing, excuse me. Males, you birth through like manifestation. Okay, so what they're showing is that, sometimes this is where you can be worn down because there's the cough that's happening there in the middle of your reading. Feels like the place to have balance is in your throat chakra. I feel like you're very expressive through touch, but sometimes it's hard for you to express out loud what it is that you're feeling through vibration, because it's so much more than words. And it's easier for you to touch, but in this lifetime, you're learning how to also express through your heart chakra. I just got very feverishly hot. Like I started sweating, and it is not hot out here right now. So it's like, I feel like if you have a fever, or if that's kind of come on, what they're saying is a lot is releasing. So they're just saying pay close attention here, because sometimes you release through the body for other people. So huge empaths in group 2. So what Spirit's saying is make sure that you ask yourself that one of the things that you're learning with your gifts is discernment. So asking, is this mine? Did this feeling, sensation originate with me? And that'll help, because if it's not yours to clear, your body will naturally release that. We also have from the Oracle of the Unicorns, it says uncord relationships. It says let go now, forgiveness is freedom. Okay, so one of your gifts is you guys are lovers. And when I say that you're lovers, like you love with your whole heart and soul, body, everything. But where you can get caught up is that you let people, it's got this ball and chain on there, okay? You let people stay too long, or it's almost like you absorb others and become almost their personality. And what this is showing is at this specific time and in this lifetime, you have people that you need to learn how to cut off. Because it's like, it's just time to let go. So while you are a very healing presence, you have to let go of people. You don't have to. You get the opportunity to make this change. To learn to let go of people and let them have their own consequences, because you are such good, beyond being nourishing and healing, you can see patterns really well. and you know how to switch it for the solution. And so you can see how the other person could have a better life, and you see the pattern and exactly what's needed for them to make that shift. However, a lot of times they're not ready for that. Okay. The other thing too is I feel like because you have such big, generous, loving hearts, like this group is the technology of the heart. You guys are big lovers and nourishers, that sometimes people take advantage of you. So what they're saying is, in this particular lifetime, learn how to charge the money that you need to charge for it. Some of you are doing all of this and not even getting paid. Learn how to charge the money for it. Learn how to protect yourself. Learn how to say no when someone comes to you. They're really wanting you to water your garden. This group, you have these gifts, but I feel like in this moment in time, you're drained because you haven't had firm boundaries, and they're wanting you to let yourself let go, forgive the people for what they didn't know. It's a very Christed energy, okay? You don't have to be religious at all for that. You guys just have that fifth dimensional and above energy. And the unicorns are working with you. They are 12th dimensional energy. So they are absolutely working with you to help you to heal and recharge. Because it feels like right now you've been helping people for so long that it's time to recharge. Beautiful. Okay. And you got 10 of Cups and 7 of Swords. So your spiritual gifts here, you are able to help people to achieve their dreams. You guys are like the magic witches and warlocks, elves, and priests and priestesses that absolutely know how to cook up the potion there and give people their dreams. You see the truth. 7 of Swords swords are about clarity, and 7s are very spiritual numbers. And this isn't typically the meaning of this, but it's like you can cut through and discern all of the patterns. That's why I'm saying it's important to have the boundaries. This is also saying the gift back to you is that you will learn how to forgive and let go of what isn't for you, and it does bring you the 10 of Cups. It does bring you a full, happy heart in life. So you will be rewarded, group 2. I feel like for some of you, you've been diligently working in your spirituality and helping others, but feeling a bit like you've been left out in the cold, like you haven't received what you've needed to, okay? Because this can be a thief card as well. Now, this particular deck doesn't depict it that way, but it can be a thief card. And so it's like you're going to learn how to balance your energies this time around so people don't steal your mana, okay? You have a complete and total connection to source. You are able to access it any time. So you're going to be learning how to continuously replenish yourself through staying connected to source rather than doling out your life force as nurturing. Okay. And so, but you guys really know the truth. What they're saying is like you're human lie detectors, okay? Because you're such touch, that you can look through any people's lies or mistruths. All right, they said one more, and then we will move on. We have King of Swords. All right, King of Swords. Oh, and 6 of Cups was hiding underneath. The other thing, your spiritual gifts here is you know how to master yourself and your environment. You're very honest, truthful, kind. You can cut through the BS. This is also saying, it's a side note, but one of your rewards is if you feel like you've been helping everyone else get into loving relationships, but you've been on the back burner, you've been helping other people heal, but you haven't received for yourself that which you have given to others. Now you're about to. It may be from someone from your past. Sometimes you can get a little bit nostalgic. So they're saying you're releasing the nostalgia and allowing spirit to, give you a blessing here. It does feel like this couple, I kind of want to do it this way so that they're looking at each other. So you have a water sign and an air sign possibly. But it's like there will be what they're saying is you're about to get your partner. Then this is not going to be for everyone. It's going to be for those who feel like they've been single for such a long time and helping everyone else get into relationships, and then them always being the forever, bachelor or bachelorette. This is showing that you have your partner, and it's a spiritual partner. It's one that's going to help you as you heal and navigate the waters. You have your warrior, okay? Male or female matters not. Those of you who are watching, you have the more intuitive presence. Your partner will have the more logical presence, but be very much connected to spirit. So it's a beautiful spiritual reward. So pile 2, they're wanting to let you know that with your gifts, you have been giving so much, and now it's time for your rewards, okay? So thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in. That's what I have for you this time. And until next time, aloha. Aloha, pile 3. This is Stephanie with the Whispering Dragonfly, coming to you with your message for what are your spiritual gifts. Okay, you guys chose the Oracle of the Unicorns. So you are very high dimensional, mystical beings. Okay, so part of your spiritual gifts is you are connecting to the higher realms. Unicorns are 12th dimensional beings, so you really go to a higher level of consciousness. Your energy is very peaceful, very loving. Unicorns are pure, and they assist humanity. So your energy is very pure. I'm feeling like those of you who are drawn to this, even if you have felt bogged down lately, your actual energy is pure and innocent like a child, regardless of your age. You're able to emanate this this peacefulness about you that most people do not have, okay? We have the Cosmic Ruby. Cosmic Ruby. It says, be a peace ambassador. Be a peace ambassador. Practice cosmic mastery. So for pile 3, you guys may really feel into the energy of Ruby. You are here to bring peace. Many of you are mediators. You might do that for work, as in like an actual mediator for law. But I feel like in your relationships, you're the one that people, like warring parties, come to in order to gain peace. You know how to maintain your calm and innocence and diffuse situations that are on the other ends of polarity. Okay, you're practicing mastery. You're highly spiritual people. What they're saying, because they're having me get a shaman stream oracle, like some of you may be actual shamans, okay? People come to you for health, healing, but specifically mediation. You are peacekeepers. They're showing me treaties. Some of you may be involved in, physically having treaties with countries or people, to bring the peace. Okay, we have joyful muse and mindful. Okay, we have inspiration and group think. Group number 3, if you are attracted to this, you are able to, you're very good leaders in a way, but I feel like you kind of lead from behind because you're there, like you can see the patterns of a group, and you're very good at, your spiritual gift is seeing these patterns and being able to really master the cosmic forces. Okay, you are a joyful muse. Some of you may be artists or musicians. You're able to, how do we say this? You inspire others through the way that you create. This is master number 33. So, and we have 32, 33, then 40. Okay, so you understand the patterns. You've taken the steps that you've needed. You understand the inspiration. You can bring groups together. This is beautiful, beautiful mediation. You are a peacekeeper. It keeps making me think of, what is that prayer? Oh man. Like, Lord, let me be something of your peace. But essentially, your whole gift, your whole beingness is that your presence, the way that you can hold space, unifies. So you are a unifier, a mediator. You're able to move people into a spirit of light and love and health just by being you. For some of you, you don't even realize that you're doing it. This is so natural to you. So many of you are fantastic business people because you're able to work on a team and you actually guide that team. Even if you aren't the leader, even if you aren't the appointed leader, matters not. You're the leader of that group and you know it, okay? Because you can see how all the patterns are working together. And it's like, what they're saying is like, synastry, or like that symbiotic like way of being with people. Like, you're able to, they're showing me the beehive, okay? It's like you're able to run the hive mind, okay? So it's like male or female matters not. You can hold the position of the queen bee, even if you aren't appointed that they're really showing that, because some of you are like, I'm not a leader, I'm not the one in charge, I'm not the boss. You could be, okay, but you are the boss because you're running the energy. You guys really know how to run the energy. So you are, oh, yep, we have 9 of fire here. So you guys persevere. You have an element with you that you're so resourceful. You persevere. Your spiritual gifts are, you can walk through the spiritual fires and you can see how the stars are made. Some of you may even, because we have cosmic mastery, some of you may be interested in, the stars. Some of you may be astrologers. Some of you may be, for those of you that are astrologers, you have a way of making the information such that people can integrate it and it be useful for them. Like, you have a really beautiful working knowledge of how all things work together, how we come from the stars, and what does that apply on Earth, okay? Such a peace ambassador. They're also saying that many of you may not be, like, you didn't choose the star seeds and light workers, but if you were attracted to pile 2, you guys are, it feels like you are, because they're showing me like a spaceship and the peace ambassador on the spaceship when you go to other star systems, okay? Yeah, so you guys may have been attracted to pile 2. There's some similarities. Okay, so we have 2 of air, 6 of water, and 9 of water. So 2 of air, you're learning how to be that peace ambassador, to cut through the blockages, to balance out the truth, all right? And you do this sort of mystically and magically and naturally. Where people are blinded by their actions, you have the information and the muse inside yourself, the inspiration, so that you can help people to release their blocks. You're able to see through situations in a way that other people are not. We have 6 of water. This is, times of nostalgia, people from the past, loves from the past. This is harmony and love, okay? So you have a beautiful, balanced heart. I do feel like sometimes, because you're making peace a lot, that there can be like rose-colored glasses that happen for you when you're looking at your past relationships or actions, like in your personal life. So one of the things that they're asking you is, as much as you're so good at mediating and being the peacekeeper, they want you to have in this life the dreams for yourself. We have 9 of water, which is the 9 of cups, wish fulfillment. So what you've been dreaming of, even a past dream, they want you to have that here. I feel like you spend a lot of your time mediating. So sometimes if you're unbalanced, that can go to compromising too much, compromising your wants, your dreams, your desires in order to keep the peace. And what they're saying is that, you know, in order to have that inspiration and have your dreams and desires and your love met, whatever it is that you've been desiring. Some of you, it has to do with business. Some of it has to do with a love relationship. But whatever your dream is, you can achieve it. But they're saying, like, don't go so far into the unbalanced side. Don't go so far into the peacefulness that you no longer have a personality or an opinion to yourself. Because this is remembering what you want and learning what you want in a situation. And every spiritual gift has its balancing. You can go, like, when you're balanced, I feel like you can have your needs met and keep the peace. But it's like when you get unbalanced is when it moves a little bit to the other edge. They're wanting a dragon oracle too. You guys really move into the mystical. They want you to know that you are guarded and protected. That's how you're able to keep the peace, but that your dreams, goals, and ambitions are guarded and protected by the higher realms because you are a peace ambassador, because you are moving into mastery cosmically, that you actually are, many of you really connect to the star realms, because we have the dusky pink dragon from Andromeda. I had a cat once named Andromeda. And it says, prepares all your chakras to embody higher love. Accept and radiate higher love. Touch others with this flame. Okay. So this is showing that your spiritual gifts, group 3, are about to ignite to a higher level. So you're already doing it, but now you're really going to ignite your light in your heart to a higher level. You are guarded and protected. For those of you, it's a pink dragon here, and it's holding a cricket. Okay. So this is through the cosmic song. This is your galactic relatives, but also your physical relatives from this lifetime that have gone into spirit. They are helping you. So you're being prepared right now to really move to the next level. So accept and radiate that higher love. This is really beautiful. You're already doing it, but you're about to really touch others with the new that you have, that cosmic mastery. You're helping bring people into peace. Some of you may be teaching the ascension process. Some of you might be helping groups of people. I'm seeing you speaking in front of groups of people. I also see a channel opening for you with the Andromedans. So some of you may resonate with being from that star system, or going to start to feel into energy from there. But what they're saying is that your gifts and talents are about to take a big leap forward, okay? Big leap higher. So really focus on your heart chakra. Practice that mastery, because you guys are amazing, amazing mediators and balancers. But just remember to add yourself into the balance. Remember to give to yourself first and fill your cup up first, so that there is enough to give everyone else, okay? So thank you guys so much. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. That's what I have for you today. And until next time, aloha.